Hey everyone, my name is Olga and I'm happy to see you here in this new video. And today we are gonna try new products from the latest release from Catrice. So take a seat and let's start. So girls, today we're gonna start our makeup from a primer and it's called the Protector. It contains SPF 30 and for sure we are gonna apply it before our new foundation. By the way, I've grabbed shade 17N and it was a miss, I would say. The shade itself is slightly light for me and I will have to mix it up with the bronzing drops from Kiko Milano. So at the beginning I'm gonna show you the way the texture looks like on skin and later on I will mix them together. We are starting from the primer. So grabbing a little bit of a product, I have actually skincare on my skin for sure, but still we are gonna apply the primer because we need to try it out. Grabbing a little bit. It smells quite nicely and the texture, I like it because it's thin and it's slightly watery. It's easy to apply it, but it's just, I would say it's more a moisturizer plus a bit of foundation. Actually, I like it. And let's try to apply it using just simply fingers. I'm gonna apply it on this side. Yeah, I like the texture. Beautiful product. Personally, I don't have any questions to this product. Time for a foundation and it's called Invisible Cover Foundation. And actually it reminds me, the texture of this product reminds me this particular foundation from Catrice. But unfortunately, this product is gonna be removed from the line and we are gonna have this product instead. I'm gonna apply a little bit just in order to show you how it behaves and how it looks like on skin, but as you can see, it's definitely too light for me. Coverage is high, so it's a really pigmented product. It's quite easy to apply it. Finish is more natural, I would say even between natural and matte. And it definitely may emphasize skin texture. So for sure, if you have dry prone skin, most likely it's not your product, or you can mix it up with some other foundation, which might be, for instance, with any BB cream, because in this case you would have more moisturizing product. If I apply a thin layer of it, the shade itself looks quite nice and probably I can use it, but I want to layer it, and in this case the shade is not the best. By the way, it blurs the pores slightly and looks quite nicely on skin, but it wouldn't work in all the cases, and at some point it is expected. Okay, now I'm gonna mix this foundation with the bronzing drops from Kiko Milano. Now it looks slightly better, but a little bit shiny because of the bronzing drops. The texture and the foundation itself is not shiny at all. It looks quite beautiful, it's quite easy to work with it, but it's definitely no in case of dry prone skin. Now it's time to try an updated concealer from Catrice, a liquid camouflage. I take it in shade 5 and I'm gonna apply it using a brush for sure. Please stop applying everything directly on your face. In most of the cases, you apply a lot and there is no need to do it. Grabbing a little bit of a product, a brush, and I'm gonna start from the problematic areas. Coverage is high, as usual and as expected. The texture is updated, I would say, because previously, in my personal opinion, this concealer was slightly dry, and in case of dry brown skin and in case of dry patches, it looked horrible. My personal opinion. But in case of normal skin, yes, it was fine. this product is more nourishing, so it should work better in case of dry prone skin. Yes, coverage is high. You can definitely layer this product, and it's quite easy to blend it. And now it's time to try an extremely interesting product. It's called Holiday Skin, and it's a product 4-in-1. They tell us eliminating face fluid to contour, bronze, blush, and highlight the face area, all in one step. Well, we are gonna try it as a bronzer, and we will see how it goes, how everything goes. I'm grabbing a little bit just to try, and grabbing a brush. Now it's time to check it out. Well, as a contour, maybe. As a bronzer, depends. As a blush, I'm not sure. Pigmentation is low. It's quite easy to blend it, but it may not work with all foundation, because this particular product may dissolve a foundation. So at some point it looks fine, and at some point it's strange. Probably it might be used as a bronzing drops, but I'm not quite sure in it. Damn, it was the wrong brush. Okay, happens. Probably it might be layered, but not a lot. It's okay? No, it's not okay. I don't really like it. I mean, I've expected something different. Yes, you may use it as a bronzer, but there's no pigment at all at some point. For sure, you can apply more, but it may appear quite strange. So I'm not impressed, being honest. I think that I'm gonna use another bronzer today. So okay, I'm gonna apply it on the other side, and I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm gonna say no to this particular product because I don't really like it. It's not that easy to work with it. It's not that easy to blend this product, and it may appear as some dots on your face. You don't really have to fix it using a powder because it can fix itself. And due to this, as soon as you apply this product, you can't really move it at some point. You have to be extremely, extremely careful. And as soon as you wanna layer it, it may stuck as well. Moreover, the shade. Why they did it this way? It's a mix of a bronzer and a contour. And a bronzer, bronzers are in overall, they are warm, contours are cold. They must be cold. So as this particular product contains a bit of gray, it as well contains a bit of orange. And due to this, the mixed shade is strange. It's slightly gray plus orange. And at the same time, it contains a little bit of pink. So I didn't get it. I'm not quite sure that I would find a person on whom it would like fine. Plus, I don't like pigmentation, I would say, because the pigmentation here is low, and you have to layer this product, and as soon as you layer it, more problems appear. So sorry, but in my personal opinion, it's no. Now it's time to try the blush. Actually, I have two shades because at the beginning I wanted to try shade 10 and I wasn't able to find it anywhere. And I decided at that point to buy shade 20. And later on I was able to find shade 10. So now I have two shades and I'm gonna show them to you. Here we have a cream version and the powder version, and we are gonna start from the cream one, grabbing a little bit of a product. I know that pigmentation here is high, so I'm taking off a little bit and let's apply it. Oh, I like the shade. It's so yummy. Looks nicely on skin, easy to blend it, and pigmentation is extremely high, so be aware of it. The shade itself is red plus a little bit of pink, and at some point it's slightly warm. Now it's time to try shade 20. Doing the same thing and gonna apply using the same brush. This particular shade is more cold and it contains a little bit of purple at some point. Yeah, warm version, cold version. For sure, I'm gonna mix them together for checking everything out. It's a long-lasting product because this particular blush stains. Yeah. I like it. Really, I like it. Now I'm gonna mix them. Bright and blur powder. And it's a pink powder and we are gonna try it. I like the texture. It's extremely thin and slightly silky. And it seems like it's a talc-free version, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so it doesn't have talc. Moreover, this particular product contains a bit of, I would say, satin, so it should be slightly glowing. Grabbing a little bit. By the way, it has a scent and it smells quite nicely. It's not visible on skin, blurs the pores and gives a little bit of glow. Beautiful powder, and I'm extremely impressed. But it's not an option in case of oily prone skin. Impressed, extremely impressed. For sure it might be used only in the under eye area, but actually for sure you may use it all over your face. As I couldn't leave my makeup as it was, I've applied a bronzer from Catrice Sun Lover, and now it's time to try one more blush. Yes, I know that I already have a lot, but still we need to check everything out. And I'm gonna mix two shades together. So taking a brush and grabbing a little bit of our lovely blush. I know that it's an extremely pigmented product, so I'm taking off a little bit and I just simply want to see how it looks like on skin. And okay. Okay, yes, it's extremely pigmented and it's quite easy to blend this blush. No questions, but I need to cover it slightly, so I'm gonna grab a bit of foundation and gonna apply it over my blush because it's a little bit too much, you know, but I like the product. And by the way, it's not a matte version, I would say. It's slightly glowing, but unfortunately this product is a little bit dusty. As a highlighter, I've applied a mix. At the beginning I used the Glow Lover. It's I would say it's a daily highlighter, which is quite nice, but actually they are gonna remove it from the line. And if I'm not mistaken, it's already quite hard to find this highlighter. And I've added a little bit of this beauty. This highlighter is extremely bright, and in case of daily look, not everyone would like it. And now it's time to try some brow products. Actually, I have only one. Okay, never mind. And we are gonna start. I've grabbed shade 15, Ashy Drama. Let's see. No questions, I would say. The texture is average at some point, so it's not super firm, and at the same time it's not super soft. so it's okay. Due to this, this product would stay with you for a while. The shade itself is nice. It's a perfect shade for me. It's quite easy to apply this product, and it's blendable. But this product is wax based, so most likely it wouldn't work for everyone. If you prefer such pencils, yes, it would work for you. But if you don't like, and if you do prefer precise pencils, maybe it's not your choice. Before we start our eye makeup, I'm gonna apply a lip balm in shade 50. It looks quite promising and interesting. It's so comfortable to wear it. Pigmentation is definitely low because it's a lip balm, it's not a lipstick. But it feels quite nourishing. The texture itself is quite thin, I would say. It smells... it has a bit of a scent, but not a lot. And I'm not even quite sure about this scent. I think that it disappears quite soon. Looks beautiful and I don't have any questions. I like it. It's not sticky at all. And now it's time for eye makeup. And we have today 4 products to try. The first one is amazing. It's a liquid eyeshadow in shade 1, and I'm extremely impressed, and we are gonna apply it on the eyelid. Beautiful product, beautiful shade. I've grabbed a new shade from Aloe Vera eyeshadow stick line. It's called Ocean Depth and it's shade 80, but actually I'm a little bit upset because it's not super pigmented, and I would say that pigmentation here is quite low. Moreover, we have a Curl Freeze product from Catrice, Lash Styling Gel, but I'm not quite sure it was a good choice to take it because it looks quite strange at some point. But anyway, we're gonna try it. And for sure, I grabbed a new palette. It's called Peony, and we are gonna try at least several shades from this palette. And I'm gonna do a graphic makeup look, and for this I need a wax-based eyeliner, and I took it in shade black, but actually it's gray. It's more gray than than black. And I'm gonna start drawing. And as it's the wax-based formula, I have to fix it using eyeshadows. So that's why we are gonna try these 2 particular shades, and maybe, I'm not quite sure, we are gonna try as well pink matte eyeshadows, because on the eyelid, as I told you, I'm gonna apply this particular beautiful product. And we are gonna start from an eyeliner. I'm gonna start from the wing. So time to draw it. For sure I have brushes here because I need to grab everything and draw thin lines. Applying a little bit more. And I'm gonna blend the edge slightly. Time to think about second line because I wanna have several lines here. This guy must be thinner, and let's have it right here probably. I wanna have one more additional line. And it's gonna be above this one. Time to add a little bit more definition. and gonna blend. Taking a small brush and grabbing the darkest shade from the palette. And it's time to layer it over a pencil. Taking slightly bigger brush and grabbing a little bit of a lighter shade, but actually it's a metallic, so be careful. And I'm gonna add it right here and gonna slightly blend the edges. And I guess I need to add a little bit more darkest shade here. Now I'm gonna take a slightly bigger brush and wanna try this shade. And I'm gonna use it, guess where? Right here, because I wanna try to blend it together with gray. And it must be, at least it should look more or less interesting. And one more interesting thing, I'm gonna add the same shade right here. And I'm gonna add it using a thin, small brush. And on the eyelid, directly in the center, I'm gonna add a liquid eyeshadow. Taking a flat brush, grabbing a little bit of a product, and starting from the center and moving the shade in different directions. It looks extremely beautiful, but it's more a topper shade, so better to use it and apply it all over something. But still, it looks quite beautiful like this. Time to blend the main wing slightly, so I'm taking the gray shade and gonna blend this edge. Let's move to the lower lid, back to our pencil and blending it. Taking the darkest pink shade from the palette and gonna add it right here, blending everything together. Now it's time to layer our lovely gray. So taking another brush, grabbing the darkest shade and applying it over the pencil. Now I'm gonna add probably this shade from the palette. So taking another brush, let's take a look how it looks. Applying it right here, changing the side and grabbing another shade which is slightly lighter and gonna add it slightly near the inner corner. And now I wanna try to apply silver shade in the inner corner. I'm not quite sure how it will look like. Let's take a look. Fine. Fully fine. And I'm gonna keep it. In the waterline, I'm gonna add our eyeshadows. And let's see. It's not exactly what I've expected, but okay. Let's keep it. Okay, I'm more or less done with eye makeup. Only lashes are left, and actually we're gonna try right now this extremely strange product. Let's apply it. It seems more like glue. Yeah. Strange thing. I'm not quite sure that I understand it. Okay, maybe it helps you to curl the lashes. But actually, I'm gonna have extension right now. It should be used after lash curler. But actually, I don't like using any curlers because in my personal case, it doesn't really work. And I already have slightly curled lashes and I don't really need it. Maybe it would work in your case, but for me, it's more no, just because I don't actually need it. And we have only one product left, and it's a lip pen in shade 40. Talking about lip balm, I like it. It's quite nice to wear it. You don't feel dryness after wearing it. And actually, I've been wearing it almost an hour already, and it's a good result, I would say. Beautiful product. Now let's try this lip pencil, but I have to take off the balm. Smells quite strange. Okay. Well, it's metallic. I don't like it. Because I don't really like how it looks like. Simply not my formula. Pigmentation is average, the shade itself is quite nice, but for me it's more no. Okay, I'm gonna finish my eye makeup look, and I need to find something for the lips because I definitely not gonna wear this product, or I will do a combo and apply a little bit of a lip gloss, but still. And I'm gonna show you eye makeup look extremely closely, and we're gonna discuss everything. Before we start our discussion, let me tell you what I decided to wear today on my lips. It's a lip combo of these particular products. A lip liner from Luxe Visage, shade 610. You can use instead a lip liner from Maybelline in shade 5 because they are more or less the same. A lipstick from Beauty Bae, shade T, and it's a matte lipstick version. So just in case. By the way, I don't really like this particular formula. It's slightly dry, and pigmentation is quite strange. When you apply it with a lip liner, it works fine. If you apply it as it is, I don't really like the way it looks like. And a lip gloss from Art Deco, and in shade 30, I suppose. I'm not quite sure about it. By the way, it's a nice lip gloss. It's not sticky at all, and it looks quite beautiful on lips. And now it's time to discuss. By the way, why I decided not to wear this particular product from Catrice. I don't really like it. It's okay, but it's not what I've actually expected, I would say. And I don't really like lipsticks which are slightly metallic. It's just not my cup of tea. Sorry, it's not my product at all. I've just realized that I had forgotten to take two products which I wanted to discuss with you while discussing products from Catrice. And we are going to start from this beautiful foundation. It's called Invisible Cover Foundation. Actually, it's a nice product to try, but it wouldn't work in all the cases. It's a matte foundation, so it wouldn't work in case of dry prone skin, dry skin, and in case you have, for instance, visible patches, I mean dry patches. It's a good choice in case of oily prone skin, extremely oily skin, and normal skin. It slightly blurs the pores. It looks quite interesting on skin. It's not that visible, and it's easy to blend it, and it's easy to layer it. It's a full coverage concealer. You can apply less, yes, and in this case, it would appear as an average coverage. But anyway, you definitely can layer this product. But, if we compare this foundation to this one, I do prefer this one because it was slightly easier to work with it, and the finish was more natural, slightly glowing. Here we have a fully matte version. It's okay, but I just simply prefer something more natural. Yeah, and if we compare the texture, I would say that in this foundation they had a slightly different texture. It was probably thinner, especially when you start applying it. It's easier to apply this foundation. I still have some shades personally, but yeah, it seems like I have to buy additional, at least an additional shade of this foundation, simply because it will be removed from the line. This foundation is also quite nice, but not for everyone. If you don't like full coverage, and if you don't like when you can see foundation, it's probably not your choice. It's not a good choice for daily looks if you prefer just, I would say, coverage without coverage, let's say it this way. In overall, it's quite nice, but yes, it's definitely not for everyone. Our second product for today is a concealer, and it's an updated version. And personally, I do prefer this particular version because it's not that dry as the previous one. The previous one was extremely dry, and in case of dry prone skin and in case of under eye area, it looked horrible, especially in 2-3 hours. And this guy should be slightly better because it's more creamy, and it's easy actually to work with it and to blend it. It's a nice concealer. It's a high coverage concealer, so if you wanna cover something, you definitely can do it. And if you wanna layer it, you can layer this product. You don't really have to use a makeup powder over it, but in overall, better to use a powder over any concealers if you want to be sure that everything stays in place and nothing creases. Nice product, like it. And now it's time to talk about this beautiful product, which personally I don't like. It's called Holiday Skin, and it's supposed to be a bronzer, a contour, and a blush and a highlighter, 4-in-1. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. The texture is slightly watery, and actually, at some point, it reminds me a bronzing drops. For instance, the one I used today in order to change the color, this one is from Kiko Milano. What I don't really like about this product is that it's not that easy to blend it. If you want to apply it as a bronzer or as a contour, you have to be extremely careful. Pigmentation is low. If you want to layer, you might be in trouble because as soon as this product is applied, it's getting stuck, and you can't really move it and you can't really blend it. So it's not that easy, I would say. Moreover, the shade itself is quite questionable because if they wanted to do a contour, it's okay, but why in this case they've added a bit of red and orange? If they wanted to do a bronzer, okay, why they've added gray? So it doesn't really make sense. If you want to use this product as a bronzing drops, I'm not quite sure it would work, and I'm not quite sure that you would be happy with the color you receive. So personally, I'm gonna say no to this product. And if we compare it, for instance, the shade itself with Kiko Milano, just in case, let me slightly blend. First of all, it's easier to blend this product from Kiko Milano, and it doesn't have pink in it, and it doesn't really have gray. As well, I have bronzing drops from Essence, but I haven't tried them yet. And they're better as well because it's easier It's easy to blend this product, and just take a look on the shade. For sure, all of them are not super pigmented, but it's easier to work with these two products because here you don't really have time for blending, and even if you're super good at makeup, you may have issues because I had some issues when I tried to blend it, and I don't really like the shade and the way it looks on skin. Probably it might be used. I don't know. I don't know how it might be used because the shade, the main question from my side is related to the shade itself. It's too red and too gray at the same time. So sorry, but I'm gonna say no to this product. Oh gosh, I've skipped the primer. Sorry, now we are gonna discuss it. It's a nice product, and actually I don't have any questions to it. It's easy to work with it, it's easy to apply, it's quite nourishing, and you don't really feel it on skin. The texture itself is quite thin, and you can probably use it as a general SPF, why not? And it's easy to apply a foundation over this product. Talking about this primer, I've decided not to buy it just simply because it contains niacinamide, and unfortunately I do have a reaction to niacinamide, so I can't really use the products which contain it. But I've tested this product when I was in DM, and actually it's a nice makeup base, I would say. Moreover, if you want to be sure that your foundation is going to be long lasting, try this primer. It's a nice one. It's slightly sticky, and it's easy to apply it and blend it. It's not that super nourishing, and you would definitely feel it on your skin. It's not that thin as this one, but still it's a nice primer. Time for the blush, and I'm impressed. This palette has a cream and a powder version, and both of them are amazing. It's easy to work with these products, it's easy to blend them, it's easy to layer them, but I'm not quite sure that you need to layer them because they are highly pigmented. It's related to the cream version and to the powder version. And by the way, the cream version stains, so it's a long-lasting product. The shades are quite nice. I have two versions and currently available three, but I've never seen the orange one. I've never seen it anywhere, at least for now. Personally, I do prefer shade 10 because it's warm, and the shade itself is quite nice and unique at some point for drugstore makeup. Beautiful shade. It's called Strawberry. Yes, it's called Stunning Strawberry, and it's really reminds me of strawberry. Talking about shade 20, it's more cold and it contains a little bit of purple. By the way, if we talk about the powder version, it's not a matte version, so it's slightly glowing, but anyway, it looks beautiful and it doesn't emphasize skin texture. It's more satin, and due to this, it doesn't emphasize skin texture. I'm impressed, and it's a really beautiful product. Worth trying. Powder. Extremely beautiful. I'm also impressed. It's really gorgeous. By the way, it's made in Poland. The texture itself is amazing. It's thin, it's not visible, it's slightly even silky, it's glowing. So yes, it's not a matte version. You can use this product in the under eye area and it would work perfectly. It has a shade, a visible shade, it's pink, and it's beautiful. I don't have any questions to this product. Maybe the packaging is not the best one, and I wish they had a dispenser or something like this here, but still, the product inside is amazing. It's worth it, and it's one of the best powder if we talk about Catrice. Yes, it's beautiful. If you've never tried it, please try. And as far as I know, and I've seen, this powder is sold out everywhere. So please wait for it. It's worth it. Now it's time to discuss eyebrow pencil. It's a nice eyebrow pencil. I don't really have any questions, any issues. The shade itself is quite nice. It's more neutral. It has a little bit of green, a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of gray. So it's extremely, extremely neutral. The texture itself is average at some point. It's not super creamy and it's not super firm. And due to this product should stay with you for a while. It's easy to work with it, pigmentation is high, it's easy to layer, it's easy to apply it, and it's easy to blend it. But it's a wax-based formula, so if you don't like it, probably it's just simply not your product and not your formula. Something familiar is available in L'Oreal and in NYX. By the way, it's one of the latest release, but I would say that the product from Catrice is slightly more creamy. So if you prefer something creamy, choose Catrice. Moreover, it's cheaper at some point. So beautiful product, beautiful shade, like it. Now it's time to discuss eye makeup, and I'm gonna start from the product I didn't get and the product I'm not quite sure that I like it actually. It's a Curl Freeze Lash Styling Gel. What is it? I mean, what for? It's supposed to work this way. You take a lash curler, work with it, and later on apply this product. It should probably fix your lashes, and later on you may probably apply a mascara. But an additional step, and I'm not quite sure that you do really need it. If you really need to curl your lashes before applying the mascara, probably this product may work. Otherwise, in other cases, I'm not quite sure you need it, and for me, it's slightly useless. By the way, it has a color, so it's a kind of gray, dark gray, and yeah, something like this. It reminds me a brow gel at some point. I didn't get it. Sorry, but I didn't get it. One more product that I didn't get. It's not really what I wanted to say. Actually, I like this texture, I like this formula, but I don't like this shade. These sticks, they are available for a while. If I'm not mistaken, they appeared 2 or 1.5 years ago. And the texture itself is quite nice. It's creamy, it's a creamy product, it's easy to blend it, it's easy to apply it, plus it's quite long lasting. But this particular shade is not pigmented at all. You have to really layer it, you have to be really careful while applying it. And I've tried to apply it in the waterline and it didn't work. And I have to layer a product from NYX in shade SL12 Azure, just in order to see some color, because I wasn't able to see any when I applied it. So I like the texture, I like the formula, but I don't really like this particular shade. So I wish this particular shade was slightly more pigmented. And now it's time to discuss the star. I'm impressed. It's a new liquid from eyeshadow and it's an amazing product. I'm extremely, extremely impressed. It looks gorgeous and it's easy to work with it. It's easy to apply it. You can slightly layer it. It reminds me at some point a topper. So it's better to apply it all over something instead of applying it directly on your eyelid. You can definitely do it, but it would appear as a topper on your eyelid. This shade reminds me one of the shade from this palette from Pat McGrath. It's a limited edition, and Pat has this beautiful shade inside. They are quite familiar. Probably Pat has a little bit more pink, but still they look on the eyelid more or less familiar. Yes, it might be not that super bright. Yes, you may not layer it that much as you can layer Pat, but still Yeah, they look slightly the same, slightly, but still. But for sure, the textures are different. If you want to try it, please try. And if I'm not mistaken, 3 shades are available. And I'm gonna try 2 others as soon as I see them. The palette. And it's a nice one. It's quite easy to work with it. It's easy to blend the shades, and you can easily apply all the shades using a brush. So a beautiful product, and I don't have any issues actually. By the way, I have another version. It's called the Pure Nude, and if you want to buy and to try a good nude palette from Catrice, try this one. Matte eyeshadows are quite pigmented. It's easy to work with them. It's easy to blend them. Moreover, they are long lasting. If we talk about metallics, they are also quite nice. It's easy to work with them, easy to apply them using a brush. For sure, you can definitely apply them using a finger. It's up to you, but they are nice. They are extremely, extremely nice. And by the way, the shades here are neutral. Back to our Pink Beauty. Actually, I have several questions to Catrice. Why do we have the darkest shade as metallic? It doesn't really make sense. It would be far better if they did it differently and if this particular shade was matte. And in this case, it could be slightly better. We have here only 3 metallic, not metallic, sorry, matte shades. These 2 pink and the white one. Others are metallic. They are nice, yeah, they are creamy. It's easy to work with these shades, and the shades are wearable. I mean, it's quite easy to do some daily looks. And if we, for instance, have something like this, it would be far better. I mean, for instance, you can take brown matte from this palette and add a sparkle, sorry, not a sparkle, a metallic from this palette. And in this case, it might be quite interesting. In overall, the palette itself is quite nice. The shades are beautiful, and it was quite easy to work with this particular palette. Only 2 products are left, and we are gonna start from the one which I personally prefer, and it's a lip balm. It's not super pigmented. Pigmentation, I would say, is low, but still you see the color on the lips, and it looks beautiful. The shade itself is also quite nice. I suppose it should be more or less the same to Black Honey from Clinique, and it seems to me that it was inspired by this. The shade itself is quite nice, looks beautiful on lips. The texture is nice. You don't feel dryness while wearing this product, but yes, it's not super nourishing at the same time. It's a nice lip balm, and knowing how much does it cost, it's super. Like it. And our last product for today is called Creamy Nudes Lip Pen. I'm not quite sure about it. I thought that it would be more or less the same as the lip pen, which is called Intense Matte, but it seems to me that they are slightly different, but I'm not quite sure about it right now. The texture itself is nice. It's creamy, it's comfortable to wear it, and the shade itself is also quite good. You know, they look more or less the same. But in my head, for some reason, I thought that this version is more matte, but it's not really that matte. What I don't really like about this product, it seems slightly metallic on lips. And personally, I don't really like it. Maybe it's okay. Maybe if you wear it with a lip liner, it's okay, but I don't know. At some point, it's fine. If you prefer more matte version, I'm not quite sure that you need this pen. But really, they look more or less exactly the same. Why I thought that this version is fully matte? I don't have a clue. Do you know this? Okay, never mind. I will try to wear it one more time. Maybe I will like it, but no, I'm not quite sure. And now let's take a look how everything behaves. Okay, girls, I've been wearing my makeup today for 10 hours already, and now it's time to check everything out. I'm pretty sure that you can see the blush. Everything is okay, and they haven't faded at all. Beautiful. Now it's time to check the brows. Everything is still on, no questions. Eye makeup. I don't have any particular problems, I would say, but take a look. It seems that liquid eyeshadows may crack slightly and may roll a little bit, but it's not that bad, I would say. I don't have any fall off, so that's fine. Foundation. Our foundation. It's perfect. It's really, really perfect. It was 30 today degree and it looks amazing. I don't have any questions. I don't have any problems. Same thing for the concealer. No questions at all. But talking about the powder, definitely I had to layer it, and I layered the other one, which gave me a little bit more matte look because I had to do it for the video. But in overall, the makeup powder is also quite nice. Lip makeup. Well, actually, this lip pencil is not that bad. It's nice, but if you don't like metallic on your lips, probably it's not your choice. But the product itself is quite nice. Let me know down below what do you think about these products and have you tried them already or not? If yes, please share your experience with us. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if yes, please don't forget to put a thumbs up and please consider subscribing. I wish you a pleasant day, a pleasant evening actually, and hope to see you soon in the next video. Bye bye!